Have you ever had that feeling? That subtle, gnawing suspicion that you're not entirely yourself? Not in a dramatic Hollywood kind of way, but in the quiet moments. Maybe you're laughing at a joke you don't find funny, or agreeing with an opinion you secretly despise. You nod along, smile, and a tiny part of you, the real you, cringes. You make decisions that feel inevitable, as if an invisible hand is guiding you. You repeat the same destructive patterns, the same mistakes, the same emotional self-sabotage. You know what you should do, but you find yourself doing the exact opposite, almost as if you're watching a stranger live your life from a great distance. You feel trapped in a cage, but the door is unlocked and there's no jailer. The only thing keeping you from walking out is you. And for years, you've called this feeling fate or bad luck. But what if it's neither? What if it's a form of slavery and the master is hidden in plain sight, living inside your own mind? What if I told you that most of your life isn't lived by you at all? It's lived by a character you created to survive, a mask you've worn for so long you've forgotten the face beneath it, a persona carefully constructed and constantly maintained that tells the world, and more importantly, tells you who you are supposed to be. And the brutal truth is, this mask is the single greatest obstacle to your freedom, to your joy, to your authentic life. This isn't a self-help video. It's a mirror, and what you see might be uncomfortable. It's a descent into a place you've been avoiding your entire life, the abyss of your own unconscious. And the only way out is to go all the way through. The tyranny of the persona. In ancient Rome, the word persona meant the mask that actors wore on stage. It was a role, a public face. But today, the masks we wear aren't for a stage, they're for life. We wear a mask for our parents, a different one for our friends, another for our colleagues. We curate the perfect mask for social media, presenting a flawless, happy, and successful version of ourselves to a world of strangers. And these aren't just lies we tell others, they are lies we tell ourselves. We learn these roles early. From childhood, we receive a blueprint for who we should be. We're taught to be good boys or good girls, to be polite, to be quiet, to be compliant. We're conditioned to suppress our inconvenient emotions, our anger, our jealousy, our sadness, because they are not socially acceptable. We are punished for stepping out of line and rewarded for staying in it. Our identity becomes a patchwork of external expectations. We become a product, and the currency is validation. We spend our lives seeking applause for a performance, not for our existence. We are the actor and the audience, and we're so desperate for a standing ovation that we never dare to drop the act. This is the tyranny of the persona. The philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre called this bad faith. It's the moment we deny our radical freedom and pretend we are an object, a fixed thing, defined by our role, our job, our past. We say, I am a doctor, I am a mother, I am a good person, and in doing so, we shackle ourselves to an identity we can never truly be, because our very nature is to be fluid, to be constantly becoming. You are not a static object, you are a verb. But the persona is a comforting lie. It's a shield against the chaos of true individuality. Because to be truly you, to live without a mask, is terrifying. It means facing the judgment of others. It means risking rejection. It means taking responsibility for every single thought, feeling, and action without the excuse of a pre-written character. It means embracing the most uncomfortable and hidden parts of yourself, the parts you have banished to the shadows. The shadow you can't see. Behind the gleaming persona, there is a dark, sprawling country. Carl Jung called it the shadow. The shadow is everything you are but refuse to acknowledge. It is your hidden aggression, your suppressed desires, your unconscious jealousy, your darkest fears. It is not just your negative qualities, it is also the creative genius you stifled, the rebellious spirit you killed, the power you were too afraid to wield. It's the part of you that wants to scream in a crowded room, to quit your job and travel the world, to love without conditions. You don't get rid of the shadow. You can't. But every time you deny it, every time you pretend it doesn't exist, it gains power. It becomes an enemy, a poltergeist in your own psyche. It manifests in passive-aggressive comments, in sudden bursts of inexplicable rage, in a paralyzing procrastination that sabotages your best plans, in the self-destructive patterns you can't seem to break. It's the voice that whispers, "You're not good enough," just as you are about to succeed. It's the envy you feel when a friend succeeds, and the quick, forced smile you offer them. It's not a monster under the bed, it's a monster in the mirror. And here's the most uncomfortable part. The shadow is an expert at projection. Because you refuse to see your own darkness, you see it everywhere else. You judge others for the very flaws you have repressed in yourself. The person you despise the most in your life is often the person who holds up a mirror to your own shadow. You are not annoyed by them, you are annoyed by the part of you they represent. The path to freedom isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. It's about bringing the light of consciousness to your shadow, not to destroy it, to integrate it. To look at your cruelty, your arrogance, your laziness, and to say, yes, that is also me. It's an act of radical self-acceptance, but it requires an even more radical act, dying to who you thought you were. The death of a hero and the birth of a self. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche introduced a concept that is both terrifying and liberating, the death of God. For him, this wasn't just about religion, it was about the collapse of all external values, all universal truths, all the old rules that told us how to live and what to believe. It was a crisis of meaning. When God dies, we are left alone in a universe without a pre-written purpose. We are left with a terrifying freedom. But what most people miss is that the death of God is also the death of a hero, the hero we were trying to be. Your persona is that hero, the perfect son or daughter, the brilliant employee, the beloved friend. This hero's journey is to find external validation, but in the modern world, this journey is a dead end. We are more connected than ever, but more isolated. We have more options, but less meaning. We have more information, but less wisdom. The hero you built to win a world that no longer exists is failing you. And it will keep failing you until you allow that hero to die. This is the moment of crisis. The existential breakdown, the nervous breakdown, the sudden and profound feeling of meaninglessness that strikes when the persona cracks, when the mask slips, when you realize the life you're living isn't yours. It feels like a defeat. It is. It is the ego's defeat. In this void, in this moment of profound uncertainty, a new kind of freedom becomes possible. The freedom to become who you are, not who you were told to be. This is the true meaning of Jung's concept of individuation, the process of becoming an undivided whole, a unique, integrated self. It is not about self-improvement. It is about self-realization. It is about the uncomfortable and often painful journey of integrating your light and your shadow, your persona and your true face, your conscious and your unconscious. It's the path from being a character to being the author of your own story. The call of the soul. So, how do you begin this journey? It doesn't start with a life coach or a positive affirmation. It starts with a simple, terrifying act of honesty. It starts with a single question: who am I when no one is watching? Listen to the answer that comes. Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just listen. Your soul is constantly speaking to you, not in words, but in symbols. In your dreams, in moments of synchronicity, in the inexplicable urges you dismiss as irrational. The Greek word for the soul, psyche, also means butterfly. The soul is a thing of flight, of beauty, but it emerges from a chaotic, dark cocoon. Your shadow is that cocoon. The philosopher Plato described a concept called anamnesis, or the recollection of the soul. He believed that true knowledge wasn't learned, but remembered. It was a process of reconnecting with the innate truths buried deep within our being. This is what you must do now. You must remember yourself. You must dig beneath the layers of expectation, of trauma, of conditioning. You must go to the place where you buried your true identity and free it. This is not a smooth path. It will be full of anxiety, doubt, and chaos. Your friends may not understand. Your family may fight you. You will lose things, perhaps even relationships that were built on the lie of your persona. But you will find something infinitely more valuable. You will find your courage. You will find your power. You will find your integrity. And for the first time in your life, you will feel a profound and unshakable sense of freedom. Because freedom is not the absence of struggle. It is the ability to choose your struggle. It is the ability to choose your life. And the moment you choose to face yourself, you choose to be free. The cage was always unlocked. The jailer was just an illusion. Now you know. Now you can walk out.